Hi, I'm Bruce Blitz, and welcome to Cartooning with Blitz. I have a question to ask you. What's slimy, slithery, scaly, and soggy? Give up? That's right, it's my lunch. No, it's not my lunch. It's the subject of today's show, underwater creatures and other animals, because we're going to go to the Lowry Park Zoo in Florida and draw some animals up close and personal, and they love it. They pose for you and everything. And for our doodle trick portion, animal alphabet tunes. Finished cartoon animals from simple letters in the alphabet. So, if you're ready, all right, let's draw cartoons. All right. Our first subject today is going to be a seahorse. And a seahorse is the cutest little animal. And we'll start with his face. And we're going to make just a little simple shape like this. And he really does look just like a regular horse. Except he's got one big hole right there. And a smile over there. And let's give him the eyes, which are like ping pong balls. Put one there. And one's a little bit behind. You can't really see it all, so it kind of overlaps. This one overlaps that one. And let's put some eyeballs in there. And some eyebrows. Let's see. Let's put even a couple little hairs coming up there. Now, one real nice flowing line. One this way. Back this way. And all the way around where his tail kind of goes like that. Real curly, and then up. And a real nice broad front. Oh, he's cute. And let's double that line. Now that tail is used to wrap around plant life, and that's how he eats. Kind of connects himself, has his dinner, his lunch. And he's got a fin up there. He's got one in the back like this. And there are over 70 species, I read. That's a lot, huh? Let's put the bottom of the ocean right here. Well, let's put a little shadow line. And some plants. Maybe he's going to eat this one. And, of course, the top of the water, put right there. He looks like a chess piece, doesn't he? Let's put some bubbles here. And he swims just like this, upright. He just keeps going like this. And if he's a horse, let's see. Let's even put a finish line here, like he just ran a race. Cute little guy. All right, let's put some color into him. Let me see. I'll use a little yellow. Now, this might not be the actual color. Well, with 70 species, you know, we might hit one of them just by accident. Put some in his face. And a little aqua. I like that color. For his fins. And the front. How about that? He's pretty. And some light blue for up top. This is the water line. And some green for the plant life. He's a great character. Maybe a little brown for the bottom of the ocean floor. All right. Okay. Ready? Let's do another one. But first, it's time for the pun of the day. Ready? I'll show you this picture and you tell me what it is. Okay, ready? What is that? Don't give up. Paradise. 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 All right, if you say it a couple times, it works. All right, let's do another one. And this next guy is going to be a real neat cartoon character, the Octopus. And his head is a little bit like a light bulb. So let's start with a real big, fluffy shape like this. Great. Now we'll put his eyes in. Two big ovals, just like that. That will connect. And his eyes. And let me ask you a question. It's a trick question. How many tentacles, arms, that's what they're called, tentacles, does an octopus have? Well, it's a trick question because the answer is actually in the question. Octopus, in his name. Oct is 8, so it's 8. Now, instead of a nose, we're going to give him a big upper lip, like that. And here's his mouth, and he's smiling. Let's put his tongue in there and darken all this in. Now, he's also a kind of a translucent character, so let's give him some bubbles or see-through effect. All right, now, for his tentacles, we're going to make some real big, fluffy shapes like this, and then come back. Look like little snakes, but these are his arms. And let's go this way, and up, and around, This is what makes him a great cartoon character. Now, this can get pretty confusing, folks, but we're not going to draw everyone because some of them, they may be hiding in the back, they may be in the front. Let's put a big one wrapped around this way. How's that? And also, I'm going to double these lines because on the back side of these tentacles are these little circles, which are the suckers. And the suckers are how he connects to things. Some up here. Again, this could take, we could be here a while, folks. Let's see, we'll go this way. Put some circles there and here. And right in the foreground here, I'm going to put another little guy, a starfish, to complete this scene. And a starfish has 5 points. Have them laying down like that. Now, actually, on the tips of those points are where their eyes are. How about that? But we're not going to do that. We're going to put it here for cartoon's sake. I think it just expresses it a little bit better. All right, starfish. You know, starfish eats oysters and clams and all kinds of creatures like that. Okay, now, let's put the top of the water line in there, just like this. Maybe some plant life here, make it a whole little underwater scene. And there are 10,000 species, 10,000 eggs that are laid each year by the starfish's mother. How about that one? She must celebrate Mother's Day in like Yankee Stadium or something. I'm going to use aqua for this guy and color him in like this. Kind of letting the light hit it from this side. And as I said, the starfish eats clams and oysters, and ocean's got tons of those. Let's put it this way: the ocean isn't shellfish about it, you know. Isn't shellfish about it. Okay, a little cartoon maroon for his tongue, a little green for the bottom with my color sticks. Let's see what else we can do to this little guy here. Let's have the starfish nice and yellow, like that. Maybe a little bit of blue, the waterline. I like that. Now let's do a real quickie, because you've all heard of animals look like people and people look like their animals. Well, let's do a little quickie here of another sea creature, the penguin. And it starts with a shape that almost looks like a bowling pin. And we'll draw his face like this. Let's see, we'll give him eyes half shut, like this, and a beak coming out like that. And here's his mouth line. And they always look like they're wearing a tuxedo. So we're going to make this black shape right on the side here and give him a bow tie. So this is the penguin. Now, what does he look like? What human do you think he would look like? Well, I say he looks a little bit like a butler. So now let's draw a guy that looks like him, shaped like him. And now we can't give him a beak, but we can give him a pointy nose. And we can't give him the smile on there, but we can give it right here. And they sort of have the same kind of eyes. And we can put some pupils in and some eyebrows up, and the same kind of hairs up top. And on the side we can give him a little bit of hair and an ear on this side, and he can have a bow tie. So animals look like people, people look like animals, and here's his arm with a tuxedo. And let's see, let's give them a ruffled shirt. So we've got a butler type named Ben, and the penguin name Pen. Pen and Ben. All right, don't put your pens and pencils down yet. Now we'll go to the Lowry Park Zoo for the feature of the day. Well, we're here at the Lowry Park Zoo in Florida, and it's a gorgeous day, and they have a great selection of all kinds of animals. And hey, here's Nina. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Bruce. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And she's going to be our tour guide today. And before we get started, you want to run through the sprinklers? What do you say?
I don't think that's such a good idea.
You don't want to do that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would you take us on a tour of all the great animals you have?
Sure.
All right, let's get started.
Go.
Okay, Nina, who do we have here?
This is our family of Bornean orangutans.
Orangutan. Now, that means something. What does that mean?
In their native land, it means man of the forest.
My name is Brusa Tan, man of the world. That's right. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
Now, I know all our viewers are going to have one question. What is this around his face?
The male orangutans have cheek pads as well as a throat pouch.
So that's the male?
Right.
Okay, and what does that do? Does that do something?
The throat pouch helps them resonate their calls, either their mating calls or when another male is invading their territory.
Am I invading his territory right now?
Not right now.
I'm okay?
You're all right.
He looks very intelligent. Is he smart?
They're highly, highly intelligent creatures.
Because I get the impression that every time I look away from him and look at you, he's making a face at me, and then when I look back, he stops.
It's possible.
Like Abbott and Costello, you know?
They're very curious, and they like to watch us as much as we like to watch them.
Well, I spoke to him before, and he told me that he wants to get a cartoon portrait done, so I think I'll draw him now.
Right.
Now, I know so we would draw his portrait, but you know what? I think his wife is prettier. Let's draw her. Let's start with a big oval shape like that. Okay, now we're going to draw another shape up here, almost like another circle. And let's make a smile right down here and her lower lip. Now, for her nose, it's kind of a diamond shape, just like that. Then we leave the bottom part open a little bit. And for her eyes, let's see, we'll have two ovals and give her heavy eyelids. How's that? And here's her eyes inside and some eyebrows. Well, now I put some ears in. One on each side. And for the hair, well, let's see. We'll go out this way. And a lot of hair coming out here. And, you know, when we were looking at these beautiful animals, they looked back at you, and it was as if they knew what you were thinking and had a real intelligent look about them. So you know what? Let's have her thinking something intelligent. The theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. How's that? She's pretty smart. And some bubbles going in there. And because they are orangutans, orange, let's put a little orange in the hair. And the other part is orangutan. Let's put the tan in. Let's put a little bit of tan in her face part. All right. Now, let's go back to the zoo and let's see what else they've got. Now, obviously, these are camels, Nina,
Right.
but what kind of camels are they?
These are Bactrian camels.
Bactrian camels?
Right. They're
Okay.
otherwise known as the desert travelers east of Burden from prehistoric times.
From prehistoric times. You
Right.
mean dinosaurs rode these guys?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Now, obviously, their outstanding characteristic is the humps. Now, what's the story with those?
The camels store fat in their humps so that they're able to travel long distances without needing to eat.
Oh, okay. Kind of forms a built-in saddle, too, doesn't it?
Right. They're much easier to ride than a camel with one hump.
Oh, that's definitely. Now, I think that with the hump and with that curved neck, they were created for cartooning. Really is built for cartooning, too. We'll start with an oval, real lightly, and I'm going to switch to a juicier marker now because I just wanted to have something to build on. Can you see that? It's very faint, but I'm going to add those famous humps. And if you notice, the one in the back's a little higher up than the one in the front. Now over here, I'm going to also go around that shape, and the back legs, well, the thighs were very strong. And come back, and kind of a funny shape. But then the feet, well, they're very big, and they're very big Nature designed them that way because they don't sink into the sand, I'm told. And they're built for the desert. And we're darkening in that back leg so it'll look like it's in the background. Now the front one doesn't curve around like that. It comes straight down. And those big floppy cartoon feet, I love them. And one peeking out the other side. Okay, now the neck. Now watch this. It goes, keeps it low, and now the face is out like that. Now, floppy ears coming back like that, and the eyelids. Now watch this. Make a circle just like that, and that one will be the eyelid up top. Now their eyelids are very, very interesting. When the sand kicks up, their eyelids, when they close them, are actually transparent. You believe that? So they can still see, but they still have the protection. Now the nose is a line like that. A big smile. Let's give them a lower lip. All right. Now, it gets cold in the desert at night. Of course, it can be very hot too, but they have this hair, and this, I'm told, keeps them very warm. And don't forget the tail. You know, people think that, like, they store the water in their humps, but that's just the fat for the food. They store food there, but the water is in their stomach. It's a common misconception. And they can go long periods of time without water, and the sun doesn't bother them as much. Put the sun in. I think the sun got worn out before they did, so I want to put a face on the sun like this, like he's tired. And the camel one, let's put some hairs up there. And there you have it, the Bactrian camel. All right, now this next animal is one of my favorites. All right, Nina, where are we now?
These are the manatees.
The manatees, okay.
Yes.
Now, if that's a female one over there, does that make it a womb manatee?
No, they're all manatees.
They're all manatees, okay. Well, they're mammals, is that correct?
Right, they're one of the largest mammals.
Ah, okay.
They're actually related to the elephant.
The elephant, okay.
Right.
Well, they get around pretty well for their size. They're good swimmers. How big will they get?
They can average around 2,000 pounds.
You know, I know that for a fact. You know how I know that?
How?
Well, I just saw one finish his lunch, and after it was all done, he went like this. Whew, I feel like I weigh a ton. So I'm figuring 2,000. It must mean 2,000. Okay, well, anyway. Well, they're beautiful creatures. They really are.
They're really gentle, too.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it'll probably take up the whole piece of paper, but let's get started and draw this great creature. And luckily, I do have a lot of paper, so let's get started. And we'll start with his head. He's kind of a marshmallowy looking fella, isn't he? So we'll make those rolls, and here's his nose, a couple holes for his nostrils, and he's happy, so let's give him kind of a happy look. There's his face now. His eyes, well, they're kind of down low on the side. Have him looking at us. Now, watch. For his big, massive body, bear down on that pen, make a big, nice, free-form shape like that, and come back. And we'll stop, and we'll put his fin in right here. And this side here, we connect it, and now let's have the other one on the other side. Now, the other one, it'd be seen in the darkness a little bit because his massive body would be casting a shadow, wouldn't it? Same thing over here, where it overlaps the body, we're going to make it a little bit darker. See how that makes it a little more interesting. And up here, lines like that to indicate the roundness, maybe a couple here as well. All right, let's see what else. Well, let's put a sign right here, because this is where he's going. They love to eat greens, salad. So let's go to the salad bar. He's swimming there. And they eat like hours each day to support this massive body. When they're born, they can weigh 60 pounds. A friend of mine told me he was in the water with one when they were swimming around, and they're real friendly, and let's put some bubbles in, and I'm going to put a little color in the sky. And they can live for 60 years. Really nice. Very popular exhibit there, too. Look at that, just on the outside, and up here, maybe one little scoop right there. And let's see what else, put some water in. Back and forth, like he's underwater. There, I like that. Maybe a little bit of yellow for the sign. And there he is. He's off to the salad bar. Well, Nina, I want to thank you so much for giving us a grand tour today.
My pleasure, anytime.
So, to draw animals up close and personal, stop into a nearby zoo. Or, if you're ever in the neighborhood of Tampa, Florida, stop into the Lowry Park Zoo. We had a ball today. Now stay tuned for cartoon doodle tricks. Thanks again, Nina.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Okay, welcome to today's Doodle Tricks, and welcome to you in the studio. How you doing, guys? Good?
Fine.
All right. Today we're going to do animal alphabet tunes. Finished cartoons from letters, right? So let's start with a letter D, and we'll draw... I'm not going to tell you. You have to guess. All right, ready? So we got the D drawn, and right here I'm going to make a little circle. Okay, no one can tell what that is yet, right?
A dog.
A dog? Well, not quite. It's definitely an animal. A smile. And I'm going to put funny buck teeth like that. Now over here I'm going to put another circle. What's that?
Thanks.
Wait a minute. You'll tell me in a second. You tell me when you start recognizing something.
Dinosaur?
No.
A donkey.
A donkey. Very good. So D is for donkey. Now let's see what else we can do this guy. Let's give him the bags under his eyes, and let's color this in. Some lines like this, make it look like it's gray or dark. Oh, I know what else we need. Some funny hairs coming out. There you go. Maybe darken in those eyebrows. Good sketch. You like that?
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. Let's use the letter D again. Since it came out so well, I'll draw a D, write a D right here. And D stands for, I won't tell you again. This is an easy one to check. Anybody know yet? Okay, wait a minute.
Elephant.
What?
An elephant.
That's right. That's exactly right. All right. Whew, I was getting scared there for a while, but you know, we got it. Let's put some legs in. And a big bottom there, and a big leg, and a little tail. And some toes, and a big shadow. All right, so D stands for Delephant, right?
No.
No, right. Now, do you think you could do this sketch from the D?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the attitude. That's the attitude. Okay, let's do another one. And this time, let's start with the letter M. Now, M is going to be for morning, but I'm going to turn this on its side, and I'm going to draw something, and I'll ask you what it is. And I'll put a big eye right there, looking down, and you'll see in a minute what he's looking down in. And let's put a body in, and some feathers. And let's see, some feet. Who knows what that is? What kind of animal is that?
A morning bird.
A morning bird, right, because M is for morning. Let's put some grass in here. And what do you think this is?
A worm.
A worm, right. Let's put an eye in that worm. And some lines coming out like this, and here's the hole it's coming out of, because morning is for the early bird catches the worm. You ever hear that? Okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And for our tip of the day, practice is the root, and success is the fruit. See this guy here? He planted success in his good art garden. I'm Bruce Blica saying thanks for being with me, and help me out, guys.
Keep on cartooning.
That's right.